Hey guys, welcome to your daily glass of lemonade. That daily part is becoming highly questionable. But talking about questions, I wanted to share with you a question that's helping me right now, and maybe it will help you. Something that helps us look at negative emotions, the way that we can like spiral into a negative train, whether it's about somebody else or about ourselves. And a simple question you could ask yourself that might stop it and be like, yo, time out, let's not go there. The question is, what if that isn't true? Pretty simple. What if that isn't true? Like, perfect example of when we all get frustrated if you drive a car or in life, even at the grocery store, if someone cuts in front of you. So if someone cuts in front of you and all of a sudden you're like, that person's stupid and that's a bad person and they're mean and whatever, like you start building up all this anger. Is that true? Do we know that? Maybe they didn't see you and they would be devastated to know that they cut you off. Maybe they've had some terrible news and they're not focused and they're totally out of their brain right now, and they also would feel terrible if they were like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I'm just freaking out about something. That happens a lot. We all do it. What about at your work or in personal life? If someone said they're gonna call you back and they don't, so often we're like, God damn it, like that person, totally irresponsible, blah, 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 like all the things, you know, or they don't like me. Quite often I'll be like, I knew it, I knew they didn't like me. Is that true? Maybe they had bad news. Maybe they've had a bad day and just couldn't bring themselves to make the call. Maybe they really do like you and that's actually why they didn't call, because they're just not in the mood for something really special and they need some chill time. These are all things that happen to all of us. So maybe we need to be like, is that true? And most importantly, I think, with yourself. So often we can tell ourselves a story about ourselves, like, oh, I'm not good at math, I'm not a good runner, or I'm not good at sport, or I'm not a people person. Like, people say these things, and for me, for years, where I was saying I can't sing anymore. And that was something that I told myself, and I gave it a try this week. I asked myself, is that really true? And I gave it a go, and I didn't die. We went okay. So often in life, we stop ourselves from living the truth of our experience by creating a story that if we just stopped ourselves and said, what if that isn't true? And I got to experience this week the freedom of when you ask yourself, what if it isn't true? So it's totally normal to feel emotions, and these are all things we feel. And there's a way that we can separate it from the emotions and just look at what could be right or wrong. It's this super amazing exercise that like seems simple, but can kind of blow your mind how passionate you can get about this. It's called the I am but exercise. Not I am a but for you funny people out there. The I am but exercise. You write 3 things that you are down this side. So I'm female, I'm an introvert, and I'm Australian. And then on the but, you write things that you're not about that. So like a stereotype that some people might think. And you write like, I am female, but I'm not weak. I am an introvert, but I love people. And I'm Australian, but I do not drink beer. Once you see that about yourself, you can start being like, well, if I can write my 3 just off the top of my head, everyone else can. And I might be judging someone because of what I see of them at the first place. You could be like, I'm terrible at calling people back, but I love those people. Things like that. And you're like, oh, okay, I judge them, but maybe that wasn't true. And people judge me, but maybe that's not true. And I don't want to say that you shouldn't feel anger and that you shouldn't feel worried and you shouldn't feel sadness, you shouldn't feel down on yourself. It's totally human. It is something we all do. It's something we naturally, most of it's survival mechanisms and techniques in our body that just happens. But you don't need to let it take over. So often that day where you get cut off at traffic just decides the rest of the day is gonna be crap because that person pissed you off in the morning and you don't let it go. Or that phone call, or the way that you're judging yourself can totally color how you feel for a day, year, or for 15, 20 years. And if you just in that moment that it starts go, what if that isn't true? What if there's another answer? It could give yourself the breath to think about a different way to see yourself in the world. And that can stop all the negative emotions. So I wonder what you can find in your life today, just as you're going through. Anytime you feel this negative emotion, be like, that's right, that lady said, what if this isn't true? Test it out. I'm gonna go out and see what else isn't true about my life. And you know what is, Duro? I like you. very much. And I'm so grateful you watched this. And it is true that I'll be back at some point, and it is true that I think you're amazing and wonderful. So don't go questioning that. Okay, thanks for watching this, and let's see what mightn't be true about your life.